Hey all, Trey here. The Elder Scrolls series is one of my favourite gaming franchises of all time. There is so much to do, so much to see, and so much to accomplish in this series that it's actually hard to get bored with any of it. The entire thing is just an absolute joy. But then every so often, you'll be in the middle of a quest or walking around town when suddenly, you'll come across someone who just pisses you off. So with that in mind, here are the top 10 biggest assholes in the Elder Scrolls franchise. But just to shoot myself in the foot here, this will only cover Morrowind, Oblivion and Skyrim. Arena and Daggerfall won't be included on this list because I haven't played those that much, mainly because I just don't get on well with the combat in those and the dungeons are all what the fuck, but no hate either way. So yeah, let's do this! Caius Cosades! You've just landed in Morrowind for the first time and the place looks pretty bleak. So you bumble your way around for a bit and eventually meet up with a man called Caius Cosades, and yes, I probably pronounced that name wrong. He tells you that he is a member of the Empire's secret service known as the Blades, and he's hiring you on because you're just so damn special. But throughout this whole conversation, I just can't take him seriously. Dude, put some clothes on! And what's worse is that he takes you into his house to tell you about all of this, and then tells you to crash with him. Hang on. This all seems highly suspect to me. An aged half-naked guy has gone up to a foreigner, fresh off the boats mind you, and gone, I am a member of a secret organisation, I am a very important person, want to see my bed. Some agent you are, you jerk. I reckon you're just a sex pest. Nazeem!
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
Do I get to the Cloud District very often? You just saw me come from there! I better go there way more than you do. And who the fuck are you anyway? I'm just doing my bit, trying to help out Whiterun, though to be fair I'm only doing it for the right to buy property. The last thing I want is some pompous redguard getting all up in my face, telling me that he's better than me because he reckons that he goes to the Cloud District more than me. Oh sorry, I didn't realise this was a competition. Okay then, two can play at that game. I've got a question for you too. Do you get between a woman's legs very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't. You're too busy trying to lick the Jarl's boot, just like that kid keeps saying. I guess I have heard of you then. Well done, Nazeem. You've travelled across several continents to act as a foreign lord's bitch. Now get the fuck out of my face, arsehole. Do you have many teeth left? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't. Belethor! But then after ditching that guy and remembering that you've got stuff to sell, you head up the path and enter Belethor's general goods store. Now this guy really wants to sell you something. And it doesn't matter what it is he sells, he just wants to make a profit in any way he can. Don't believe me? Just check this out.
Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second. Remember, I'll give you the best deals or die trying.
Let it be known to the world that this man should never marry. Christ, can you imagine what he'd say if he had kids? Some might call this junk. Me, I call them stock.
Lane Goodman.
Crassius Curio. I feel that I should call a helpline because Uncle Crassius touched my no-no region. I know that Morrowind can be weird and shit, but I was not expecting, as a man character, as in a character made of pure man, to be hit on by a sexual predator. I'm not lying, he was trying to groom me! Crassius is a member of House... oh, here we go. Sorry if I get this wrong. House Hlaalu? And you've gone to him because you need him as a sponsor. He listens to your request and agrees to help you, on one condition. In order to get his support, he wants you to do a couple of things for him. The first thing he wants you to do is to kiss him. What? Yeah, he wants you to pull him. Now, I'm happy to undergo dangerous missions and spit in demigods' faces if that will let me save the world, but I'm not sure if I'm cool with whoring myself out for the good of the Empire. The second thing he wants you to do is even worse. Get undressed. I'm not lying here, this is an actual quest objective. I ended up doing all of these things, but by the time I got to the undressing part, I was actually crying. Well, I wasn't, but I felt like my character was. I've been in Morrowind for only a week, and so far, I've had a half-naked sex pest ask me to live with him. Every sort of organisation is either telling me that I suck or trying to outright kill me, and now I've got a nobleman trying to have his wicked way with me. My advice on holiday destinations? Don't go to Morrowind. Jauffre! Some people in life just suck, and Jauffre is one of them. I don't know how he was able to obtain the rank within the Blades that he has with his track record. Right, listen to his exploits. Mission 1. Protect the Emperor from assassins. Sends 3 soldiers to do the job. Fails the mission, the Emperor is assassinated. Mission 2. Destroy the Oblivion Gate at Kvatch and rescue Martin. Sends 4 soldiers to do the job. Mission doesn't happen until the player takes care of it themselves. Mission 3. Protect the armaments of kings from the enemy by keeping it in a safe place. Puts it in an unlocked chest in an undefended priory out in the open countryside and has no one keep watch over it. Mission fails after a member of the Mythic Dawn walks right on in and helps himself to the blade stuff. All missions after that? Delegates fucking everything to the player. I swear this guy does not give a fuck. The entire world is under threat from Mehrunes Dagon and not a single fuck was given, eh Jauffre? Maglir! Ironically, I actually know people like Maglir in real life. People who are employed to do a certain job but expect someone else to do it for them and demands that they give them the money for it upon completion. And if you turn around to him and say, why don't you do some fucking work of your own for once instead of expecting everyone else to do it for you, then he takes issue with it. Maglir is a member of the Fighters Guild in Oblivion, and not a very good one. He's not happy with the amount he's getting paid for each contract and doesn't see why he should risk his life for it. Now, I can get on board with what he's saying there, but if that's the case, then why don't you just fuck off and find another job? If this job is such an issue, then why don't you just go and look for another one? In the Unfinished Business quest, you pick up a contract that he's decided to abandon, but after completing it, he yells at you, telling you that you better tell the boss that it was him that completed it, and not you. But doing so will mean that the payment goes to him and you get a congratulatory thumbs up from your superiors. Well, we'll see how many flagons of ale I can get for a thumbs up. I'm not the fucking Fonz now, am I? But anyone who expects you to do their work for them, and then tell the boss that it wasn't you, but him that did it, is an individual that is qualified for the esteemed rank of bastard. Ulrich! Now, as someone who clearly knows a thing or two about corruption, I'd like to point out that this guy's doing it all wrong. If you want to extort the entire city, then you're going to want to not be a cunt about it. Do it so that no one notices, little bits at a time. That way you're not going to arouse suspicion. But Ulrich is so full of shit that power's gone to his head. It doesn't matter what you do, he'll slap some bullshit offence on your back and drag you off to the courthouse. Respectable inn patrons being arrested for apparently being drunk and disorderly, people being homeless, there's even some racism against Dark Elves here. He spends every waking moment tormenting the people of Cheydinhal to squeeze every last septim out of them so that he can have a nice rug in his dingy little room in the castle. Ironic, isn't it? He has all of this money to buy almost everything he wants, but he doesn't have enough to buy a friend. Umbacano! Now at first glance, this guy's freaking awesome. He hires you on to go out into ancient Ayleid ruins and recover those valuable statues so that he can add them to his collection. There's nothing in it for him other than having a complete set, but he's throwing money at you to do it. His missions are some of my favourite ones, especially the one that's parodying Indiana Jones. But this all comes crashing down right at the end when it turns out that that last mission he wanted you to do could actually mean the end of civilization as we know it. Umbacano believes that he's the descendant of the Ayleids and wants to restore them as the dominant power in Cyrodiil, and he's using you to help him do it. Thanks to you, he gets hold of a powerful relic, and you both break into the ancient Ayleid seat of power so that he can transform into an overpowered Lich King. Ah crap, I've been used. But it all makes sense. He's tasked me with either bribing different historians or flat out looting their houses. He's got me looking for a relic, whilst getting me to fight off another treasure hunter, who happens to be hired by him as well. And now he's getting me to help him to, in the words of Bender for Futurama, kill all humans. Well, seeing as you've just violated our contract, I'm gonna violate you in turn. Now hold still whilst I kill you and take your shit. And you better believe that I'm going to your manor right after this and taking those statues back that I got for you. Imperial Captain! Though her name escapes me, this Imperial Captain, found at the start of Skyrim, stands proudly as one of the biggest douchebags I've ever met in any game. You get captured along with a load of rebels, being mistaken as a rebel yourself, and you're all being taken to be executed. After calling the roll, Hadvar notices that you're not among the list of condemned convicts. He raises his concerns to his captain, stating that you're not on the list, so there must have been some sort of mistake. In other words, you're innocent and you have no business in being here. Cool, I get to keep my head it seems. I'll be off then. But instead of listening to reason, the captain just goes,
"Forget the list. He goes to the block."
What? You've got to be kidding me! Is this how the Legion operates these days? He's not on the list, kill him anyway. Stendar's balls, and who is your husband ploughing tonight while you're on duty then? Your sister perhaps? Their child will call you Auntie Mum. It's not my fault if you don't like the life choices you've made. Just like it's not my fault that you've got a face like a slapped ass. Now get the fuck off of me! Just because this bitch got issues doesn't mean that I have to die here. Fuck it, let's go to number 1 before I have my head cut off. Molag Bal. Though Mehrunes Dagon is also a good candidate, there is no single character greater for being the biggest asshole in the entire Elder Scrolls series than the Daedric Prince of Corruption himself, Molag Bal. And to be honest with you, I think he's awesome. But then again, I shouldn't be seen to endorse someone on this channel whose nickname is the King of Rape. Newcomers to this franchise will quickly come to the conclusion that all Daedric princes are evil, but veterans of this franchise will know that that's not necessarily true. However, Molag Bal is most certainly a malevolent force not to be trusted. His ambitions are to take over all of Tamriel, as well as the other regions, and corrupt everything in sight for his own amusement. He is credited for introducing vampires to the world, which was accomplished by, and I have to be careful how I word this, raping young girls to death and then bringing them back as the undead. Yep, pretty sure I nailed that one in terms of political correctness. But to put it in more simpler terms, you see that tree right there? He wants to shit on that. See that mountain over there? He wants to shit on that as well. See this farmer? Wants to shit on him too. That chicken? Shit on that. This small child? Shit on its face. This beggar will definitely get shat on. This corpse? Shit on it. Molag Bal is a giant asshole, and should he invade this world, then the whole of existence is at that asshole's mercy. And there's only one thing an arsehole does. And it looks like we're out of entries, but if you know what an arsehole does, then like this video and subscribe to my channel. Before I go, I'd like to give a big shout out to Rosara, who was kind enough to sponsor this episode. Lots of love and kisses from me, but not in a Crassius Curio kind of way, because that'd be awkward. Don't forget to check out Twitter for all of the true review news and updates, and there's also Patreon if you'd like to support this channel further. See ya!
Sometimes I think this life is killing me.